Welcome back to the AL.com film room. I'm Matt Scalisi here with Cole Cubelic, our Auburn football analyst, and we're previewing Auburn's big matchup this weekend with Mississippi State. Cole, if you're preparing for this Mississippi State team, what do you look at and what scares you about this team, especially with their offense?
I think what's most concerning about Mississippi State's offense, Matt, is balance. A lot of times when you hear that and you talk about a football team offensively, you say, oh, they can run the ball and they can throw the ball. A little bit different here with Mississippi State. It's balance across the board. They have a physical offensive line that's also very good in pass protection. You have a quarterback that understands ball distribution. He doesn't just take shots down the field. He doesn't just try to get rid of the football quickly. He understands how to distribute the football to his playmakers. And then in the run game, they have aspects that can hurt you between the tackles and outside of the tackles. It's really and truly an offense that is not reliant on one player outside of the quarterback position. Now, they're going to ask Dak Prescott to do a lot of different things. And if he were to come out of the game, obviously, I think they struggle to be successful or as successful. But he has so many weapons around him. It doesn't have to be Dak Prescott running the ball 22 times or Dak Prescott throwing the ball 40 times. Legitimate weapons spread all around this offense, and I view Mississippi State's offensive line as a real threat, as a weapon in and of themselves.
Well, let's take a look at a couple of Mississippi State's plays from last week when they beat Texas A&M and maybe see what Auburn's going to be preparing for this weekend.
Matt, one thing when you're an offensive football player and you have front recognition, you're trying to figure out what plays to run, what plays would work, you hear the terms football math a lot. And let's simplify things. It's very easy. Speed option to Josh Robinson with Dak Prescott to the wide side of the field. Always loved the speed option to the wide side of the field. You're going to read this defensive end, so you don't need anybody to block him. Look out in the secondary. 1, 2, 3 defenders. Well, we've already got 3 Mississippi State players out here, and you still have a pitch man. So you're going to put this defense in a bind just based off numbers, off football math already. Watch the execution of Dak Prescott. Now, I love the defender forcing him to pitch the football quickly, but Josh Robinson shows you a lot of speed to the outside. And again, we'll look at this from the end zone shot. We talk about receivers a lot of times. I don't need a devastating block. I don't need a pancake. I don't need you to knock somebody's helmet off. Look at these Mississippi State receivers downfield. Just get in the way of somebody. Get a little bit, body on a body. Let your running backs go out and make a big play on their own. Versatility is one reason this offense is so dangerous.
So one of the things about Dak Prescott that makes him so dangerous, and he's already shown this a couple of times this year, he's able to do more than just your traditional pocket passer, obviously. And we're going to see a couple of the different things he can do for this team right here.
Yeah, Prescott's a guy. He has run for touchdowns, thrown touchdowns. He's caught touchdowns. And we saw a trick play from Auburn a little bit earlier in the week. Now we'll see a little bit of trickery from Mississippi State as well. So shotgun formation, Matt, jet sweep. And obviously, after you're going to give that jet sweep, Dak Prescott, nice patience. Ball's a little bit late, a little behind him. So your quarterback's going to take a hit, but he's physical enough to handle that. This, again, goes back. There's the jet sweep. Look at Prescott. Wait and then get out into the flat. What this does, keeps defenses honest, and again, forces you to prepare. You force your defense to prepare for the fact that Dak Prescott is a good enough athlete to get out in space and catch a football if he needs to. Especially down in the red zone, forcing teams to prepare for plays like this, it will really help keep the backside honest and open up some things on the front side of plays. Matt, a play that Auburn fans very familiar with, a zone read. Mississippi State's looks a touch different, but not really. You get a great block from Beckwith, who was filling in for Dylan Day at center. You watch the center come up on this backside linebacker, and it's not just getting there, it's staying there. Staying on the block, and it's going to allow Dak Prescott, who shows you why is he so dangerous. Even if he doesn't necessarily read one of his offensive lineman blocks correctly, he's physical enough to bounce off that block and continue the play. There's the fake, a nice pull. Wants to take it outside, but that's not really where he has space. And I'll kind of show you what I mean here. You see this offensive lineman come around. Defender's hat is going to be creeping to the outside here. Now, of course, Dak Prescott wants to take this ball right here, but when the defender plays it to the outside, that's where the cutback should be. This is the block we highlighted earlier by Beckwith downfield. Now, we'll see him at right guard against Auburn because Dylan Day will be back. Now watch Dak Prescott bounce off the contact of the defender, spins right back inside, still able to turn this into a big play. We talk about balance, Matt. We talk about a guy that can do a lot of different things. Arm strength is something that Dak Prescott does not lack. You see the nice touchdown pass here to Fred Brown. Offensive line going to have to man up. You see a 5-man rush. That means you're by yourself. They take care of business, allows Prescott to step up. Not a lot of room to fit this pass into Fred Brown, but he knows he doesn't have safety help over the top because it's man coverage on the outside. Let your big physical wide receiver go up and make a play. Dak Prescott and Fred Brown do just that.
All right, so Cole, we've seen what Mississippi State's capable of doing. We know that they can be pretty powerful on offense. As far as this Auburn defense goes and Ellis Johnson trying to prepare his team for facing this attack, what are the focal points of the preparation this week?
You know, I thought Auburn's defensive front four played as well as I've seen Auburn's defensive line play since maybe 2010. Played a phenomenal game against LSU, an offensive line that was viewed as one of the best in the conference coming into this season. I think the secondary, really on both sides of the football, Auburn secondary, Mississippi State secondary are going to decide who wins this football game. After that front four, those guys are going to have to really step up and make plays. Both teams have weapons on the outside. Both teams have speed at the specialty positions, and both teams have quarterbacks that can hurt you in different ways. Dak Prescott has the arm strength, and this year has the accuracy to go along with it. Can that front four of Auburn find a way to get pressure on the quarterback? They lack that elite pass rusher right now. It's really the only deficiency I see from the defensive line of the Auburn Tigers, but the back end of the defense has their hands full. There are fast receivers in the slot. There's big physical receivers on the outside, and of course a quarterback who can break you down, running with the football and the arm strength to stretch the field. They have their hands full with Dak Prescott and this Dan Mullen offense.
All right, thanks, Cole. That's it for this week. Thanks for joining us here in the film room.